1,000 companies entering administration tomorrow. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because I want to talk about, well, changes to the insolvency rules that are coming about tomorrow, and really just looking at the, well, potential upswing in companies that could enter external administration starting next month, starting tomorrow. You know, what this can we call this my New Year's Eve special? So what I've done, and I will bring up my my Excel over here to show you. So you can see here I've taken all of the ASIC, the Australian Insolvency Statistics, and you can see here we've got everything from every quarter all the way back to September 0708 to, well, September 2021. And if we jump here, we can see, at the dashed line here, I've shown the trend. So the trend has been going down since 08. It's been trending now. Sure, we had a bit of a spike, but we can see here the trend is between, I'd say, 2,500 and probably 2,400. So, not that much movement. Probably at the bottom, we bottomed out a bit under 2,000, maybe 1,750, and we peaked at 3,000. This is the number of companies entering external administration, where, maybe they're insolvent, maybe they need to restructure. External parties, maybe they're going to be wound up. Often the hope is that they can be, rebuilt to be something good, but we've seen in the retail recession, all the videos we looked at the beginning of the year, just the number of times that didn't actually happen. But what's interesting and what's most concerning is this decline. From September last year, we were sitting at, right about, 250 roughly, we'll say, to down to now, this quarter, below 1,000 companies earning external administration. And if we map this over all of Australia, we can see Queensland, we had 166 in this quarter. New South Wales, 356. Victoria, 284. SA 27, Western Australia 79, Northern Territory 2, 0 in Tasmania, and I'll just look over here to the ACT. Where did I get that? The ACT wasn't that much. The ACT is tiny. Hang on, I'll make the map really big so I can see it. Nope, okay, it hasn't come up. Still, we can see here in the ACT. Oh, there was personal insolvencies. ACT was Australian Capital Territory. I think it was pretty low as well there. So we're having, 32. So not very high. More than South Australia, but still pretty low. Then if we look at a percentage of the average, this is the telling figure. Queensland, we're at 45%. Oh wait, no, sorry, I was mistaken. ACT is actually at 103%. So it's not high when you relate it to some of the bigger states, but they're running hot, so they're a funny one. So you can see here they're at 32, and the average is at 31.12. So they're running a bit hot with regards to their insolvencies. But, you go back a bit further, you had 40, 48. So it's the Australian Capital Territory. It's a different world. It's that bureaucratic heart. But you can see here, Victoria is only running, the biggest states, Victoria is running at 53%. New South Wales at 45%. WA at 52%. NT at 22%. SA at 34%. What's Tassie at? Tassie, they're at 0. Tassie are at 0. They've got 0 insolvencies for the last quarter, and their average is at 14.5. 0 external administrations, but their average is at 14.5. Now you may say, oh, Florian, this is fantastic. All these strong, robust companies that are doing so well in our first recession in 28 years. Really? This looks like a worrying sign to me. It shows you they've changed the rules. So how many of these businesses are just kicking the can down the road? Well, we've got another video that we'll look at where businesses in the North Shore of Sydney are worried about these insolvency rules changing again. It means you can go someone as a director, you can hold them, they've got 6 months to get back to you guys. It's going to shrink right back down to normal, sensible timeframes. So people are going to get done. Businesses are going to start disappearing. We could see if this climbs back up just to the median, to that trend, What are we looking at there, guys? Nearly 2,000, so nearly 1,000 additional companies and potentially entering administration from tomorrow. And that's just the trend. What if it gets even worse because of just all the lockdowns and the other issues we've had? It could even be more. And this is just not related also to companies. We've also got the, well, personal insolvencies. You can see here the number that we've had in Queensland from, in November, 118, 124 in New South Wales, 56 in Victoria. SA is 39. And again, it's the same thing. Compared to the same time in 2019, we're below, guys. The highest is 56%. At Tasmania, everything else is much lower. Queensland is at 46. New South Wales is at 47. Victoria is at 36. South Australia is at 42. And Western Australia is at 35. And you can see here, look at that, personal insolvency. So let's say they shoot up again to probably the middle, which would be at 800, give or take. There you go. Total for Australia. So we're seeing both on a personal level and company level, it's all trending down, guys, because of this intervention in the market. So when people are talking about, positive signs for next year for the economy, 2021 doing well, I look at these type of things, and to me, these are warning signs. These are showing us that we've got all these interventions in the market, so we're having these unnaturally low, turnover of companies or churn, because there's always going to be some businesses that fail. There are going to be some people that just kick in the towel, or some stuff happens, guys. Not every business is a success. They're tough. That's why being an entrepreneur isn't for everyone. And there's nothing wrong with that. It'd be better to give it a shot and fail than to always live with what if. But we've got things propping up businesses. One of them is JobKeeper, everyone. If we have a look here, look at the total JobKeeper applicants from 863,000 to nearly 1,962,000 in August. We can see here, the applicants in each state, 175,000 in Queensland, 323 in New South Wales, 289 in good old Victoria, and 87,000 applicants in these different states. Now, if we look at the population of each state and then the employed people in each state, so in Queensland, 2.5 million, 4 million in New South Wales, 3.3 in Victoria, and 1.3 in WA and the other states. And then if we look at the percentage of employed people in each state as a proportion of the workforce or the employed people in the state, we can see these numbers, these really scare me. So you've got 6.84% of employed people in Queensland are on JobKeeper, or these are businesses that are, this employment is being supported by JobKeeper. What would happen to our unemployment rate if these people, if say half of them or even a quarter of them all of a sudden lost their jobs? How many of these businesses, look at Victoria, 8.76%. That's the highest in the country. 7.95. How many of these businesses do you think are these businesses here? How many businesses do you think that are not going insolvent, that are probably not requiring or not entering external administration, that are not going insolvent, that are dependent on JobKeeper to keep the business going, to keep people employed? That 8.79%, guys, in Victoria and New South Wales and Queensland. So when people are making all these positive predictions for next year, I'm a little concerned just because of what I'm seeing here. Does this bode well for the economy, everyone? Are we going to see these spike up and then it'll start to manifest in unemployment? And then what will the government do? What would, I'll have a shot of coffee. You let me know. What do you think the Australian government would do, if we had this issue, if we started seeing insolvencies rock up, go up in first quarter, unemployment shot up again? What would the Australian government do? Let us know in the comments. Take a guess. And if you said, plow more money into property, you win. Because that's what Australians do. Maybe it'll be Home Builder Mark 3 or Mortgage Keeper will turn into something. So guys, there we have it. From tomorrow, potentially another 1,000 companies entering external administration. How's that going to affect the economy? We'll have to see what that means for next year. Are you doing business with any companies that are just not getting back to you? Are you getting paid? That's the other thing we need to look at. You know, payment times have been increasing. They've gone slightly down, so it's a little bit more confident, but they still are up. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and have a happy new year. Bye for now.